Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Everyday English Podcast. Today, we are going to turn around, walk straight back inside the supermarket, and get our money back. Picture this. You just walked out of the grocery store, you look down at your receipt, and you realize you were charged $8 for cereal that had a massive buy one, get one free sign on it. You feel a hot flash of annoyance, but then the panic sets in. Do I go back inside? What if I say it wrong? Will the cashier think I am cheap?
I will confess, the first time this happened to me living abroad, I just swallowed my pride and walked to my car because I was absolutely terrified of starting an argument in English.
By the end of this episode, you will have a zero-stress, 3-step script to politely fix any pricing mistake, get your refund, and walk out feeling proud of your English.
This is such an important topic because pricing mistakes happen all the time. Supermarkets have tens of thousands of items and the prices change every single week. The computers do not always update perfectly, but for an English learner, going back into the store to complain feels like a huge mountain to climb. You feel like everyone is looking at you, judging you.
It is so true. The social anxiety of complaining in a second language is very real. You worry about your vocabulary, you worry about your accent, and you worry about being misunderstood. You might even think it is not worth the effort just to save $4. But it's not just about the money. It's about building the confidence to handle your daily life.
Before we even start talking to anyone, though, we need to understand the piece of paper in our hand. We need to decode the receipt.
Exactly. When you look at a supermarket receipt, it can look like a secret code. There are abbreviations, weird numbers, strange letters, and vocabulary you never learned in a textbook. Let us start with the most important phrase you need to know when a mistake happens at the cash register: to ring up.
To ring up. This is a phrasal verb we use constantly in shopping. When the cashier scans your item with the barcode reader and it makes that little beep sound and the price appears on the computer screen, we say the item rings up.
So if the sign on the shelf said the cereal was $4, but the computer charged you $8, you would say it rang up as $8.
It rang up as $8. This is such a natural, native-sounding phrase. It's much better than saying, the machine made it $8, or the scanner said $8. Let us have our listeners practice that pronunciation. I will say the first part and you repeat it at home. It rang up.
It rang up. Notice how the words connect together. The G in rang connects smoothly to the U in up, rang up. It rang up as $8.
Now, what about that special discount we saw on the shelf? The cereal was supposed to be a special deal. You mentioned there was a big sign next to the boxes.
Right. The sign probably said BOGO, B-O-G-O.
BOGO. What does that mean? I remember seeing that on colorful signs in grocery store windows when I first moved, and I genuinely thought it was a new brand of cleaning product or maybe a type of imported food.
I thought the exact same thing. I thought BOGO was a brand name. But BOGO stands for buy one, get one. Usually it means buy one, get one free. It's an incredibly common supermarket promotion in North America and the UK. Sometimes you'll also see a variation, which is buy one, get one half off.
So you expected a BOGO deal, but looking at your receipt in the parking lot, you see a problem. You're looking for a specific phrase on the paper to confirm you got the deal. Discount applied.
Discount applied. When the store's computer successfully gives you the sale price, it usually prints the words discount applied right under the item on the receipt. If you bought 2 boxes of cereal expecting one to be free and you don't see discount applied, you have a problem.
We also use the word line item to talk about each individual row on the receipt. Every single product you buy gets its own line item. The milk is a line item, the bread is a line item, the bananas are a line item. So you look at the line item for the cereal and you realize you were overcharged.
Overcharged. That means they charged you too much money. It's a terrible feeling. You feel cheated even if it was just an honest mistake made by a computer program. Let us pause for a second and talk about the pronunciation of that word, which is very useful. Overcharged.
It has 3 syllables. Charged. Notice how the stress is on the first syllable, overcharged. And the ed at the end sounds like a D, overcharged. Say it with me. I was overcharged.
There's another very common mistake that happens on receipts, which is when the cashier accidentally scans the same item twice. The scanner beeps twice, and suddenly you're paying for 2 bags of coffee instead of 1. Yes, that happens all the time. If that happens, you would say, I was double charged. Double charged means you paid twice for 1 item. It is just as frustrating as being overcharged.
It really is frustrating. So let us review our discovery vocabulary. We know the item rang up wrong. Turn around, walk back through those automatic doors, and go back inside the store.
Walking back inside the store is honestly the hardest part. My heart always beats so fast when I have to do this. I always think the staff is going to yell at me, or think I am trying to steal from them, or call me a liar because I have already left the building.
I know that exact feeling. I remember one time I bought a carton of strawberries, and when I got outside, I realized the bottom half of the carton was completely covered in mold. I was so nervous to go back inside. I walked around the parking lot for 10 minutes practicing what I was going to say. I thought they would accuse me of ruining the strawberries myself.
That is exactly why we need to talk about the culture of returns and customer service in places like the United States, the UK, Canada, or Australia. There's a very specific mindset here that you absolutely need to understand if you want to feel confident. The rule is, the customer is always right.
The customer is always right. This is an unwritten rule in Western customer service. It means that if there is confusion about a price or if the food is bad, the store will almost always agree with you, the customer, just to keep you happy and keep you shopping there.
Exactly. It is a business strategy. Big supermarkets know that if they give you back your $4 without an argument, you will come back next week and spend $100 on groceries. But if they fight with you, they lose a customer forever. So they train their employees to just give the money back.
That is such a relief to realize. When I first moved abroad in my home country, questioning a price was like calling the shop owner a thief. It was a huge insult to their owner, and they would defend their store aggressively. But in a big corporate supermarket, the employees really do not care. They are not emotionally attached to the price of cereal.
They just want to fix the problem, make you smile, and move on to the next person. In fact, if you go to a large supermarket, you do not even talk to the normal cashier to fix a mistake. You do not have to hold up the line of people waiting to pay with their carts full of food. You go to a special place called the customer service desk.
The customer service desk. This is a magical place. It is usually a separate counter near the entrance or exit of the store. The people working there are specially trained managers. They handle returns, refunds, lottery tickets, and price checks.
This is great because it removes the pressure. You are not standing in front of 10 impatient people with melting ice cream staring at the back of your head. You are at a dedicated desk where problems are solved calmly.
Before we go to the desk, let us talk about the word receipt. R-E-C-E-I-P-T. This word is famous for tricking English learners because of the spelling.
It is a very tricky word. The letter P in receipt is completely silent. We do not say receipt. We say receipt. It rhymes with seat, like a chair. Receipt.
Make sure you have your receipt in your hand before you walk up to the customer service desk. They cannot help you without it.
So, you have your receipt, you take a deep breath, you walk up to the customer service desk, and you get ready to speak. Let's listen to what a successful, polite conversation sounds like in this exact situation. I will play the role of the friendly manager at the customer service desk. You can play the role of the nervous customer. We'll play the entire conversation from start to finish, and then we'll break down the grammar you used.
Perfect. Let's set the scene. I'm walking back into the store. I approach the desk. You are typing on your computer, wearing your supermarket uniform.
Hi there. How can I help you today?
Hi. Excuse me, could you check the price on this for me? I think I was overcharged for the cereal.
Oh, no problem at all. Let me take a look at your receipt. Which item is it?
It's the second line item right here, the cereal. It rang up as $8, but the sign on the shelf said it was BOGO. buy one, get one free. I don't think the discount was applied.
Let me scan that for you and check the system real quick. Ah, you're completely right. The computer system did not update the new sales this morning. I'm so sorry about that.
That's okay. Thank you for checking.
I'll just void this original charge and issue a refund for the difference. Do you have the credit card you used to pay?
Yes, here it is.
Great. I am putting $4 back on your card right now. Here's your new receipt showing the refund. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
And scene. Notice how calm and easy that interaction was. No yelling, no arguing, no stress. Just a simple, polite conversation between two adults.
It sounded so easy, but there is actually some very clever English grammar hiding in that conversation. Grammar that acts like a psychological trick to keep everyone calm and polite.
You are talking about the passive voice.
Yes, the passive voice. When we are learning English, teachers always tell us to use the active voice. They say it makes our writing stronger. They teach us subject, verb, object. For example, the cashier made a mistake. You charged me wrong. The store stole my money.
But in customer service and daily interactions, using the active voice is extremely dangerous. If you walk up to a cashier and say, "You made a mistake," or "You charged me wrong," they will immediately feel defensive. Their heart rate goes up, they might try to argue with you because they feel personally attacked.
Exactly. It feels like an accusation. It feels like you are pointing a finger right at their chest. So instead, we use the passive voice to soften the blame. We take the person completely out of the sentence. We focus entirely on the action, not the person who did the action.
Listen to the phrase you used in the dialogue. I think I was overcharged.
I think I was overcharged. Notice I did not say who overcharged me. I'm not saying the cashier did it. I'm not saying the manager did it. I'm just stating a fact about the situation. The blame disappears. I'm not pointing a finger at anyone.
This is the ultimate polite secret in conversational English. It is how you complain without sounding like you are complaining. Let us give our listeners another example. Instead of saying, "You did not give me the discount," what should they say, Sarah?
The discount was not applied.
The discount was not applied. Again, it's nobody's fault. It's just a sad, unfortunate thing that happened in the computer system. The computer is the bad guy, not the employee standing in front of you.
And notice how I added the phrase I think at the very beginning. I think I was overcharged. This makes you sound helpful and curious, not aggressive or angry. You're inviting them to solve a puzzle with you.
Let us look at one more example of this, outside of the supermarket. Imagine you're at a restaurant. You ordered a coffee, and when it arrives, it's completely cold. Active voice would be, "You made my coffee cold," or "You brought me cold coffee." That sounds terrible. It sounds like you are trying to start a fight with the waiter. How do we make it passive and polite?
You could say, I think this coffee was made with cold milk, or simply, this coffee is cold. You removed the word you. Whenever you want to be polite while complaining, try to remove the word you from the sentence.
This is a perfect moment for a quick break to remind you that if you're enjoying this deep dive into real-life English, make sure to subscribe to the Everyday English podcast. We release long, practical episodes just like this every single week to help you navigate your daily life in English.
Subscribing is the best way to get your daily listening practice, and it really helps us create more of these real-world scenarios for you. Hit the subscribe button and let us get back to that magical script.
So, step 1 of our script is the polite opening. You walk up to the desk and say, "Excuse me, could you check the price on this for me?"
This is a great question format. Could you check the price on this for me? It's a polite request, not a demand. You are asking for a favor. Let us practice that. I want everyone listening to shadow this sentence. Repeat it out loud right now wherever you are. Excuse me, could you check the price on this for me?
Excellent. Shadowing these phrases helps build muscle memory. When you practice out loud in your living room or in your car, the words just fall out of your mouth automatically when you're nervous in the store. Let us do it one more time. Could you check the price on this for me?
Step 2 is stating the problem using our friendly passive voice. I think I was overcharged. It rang up as $8, but the sign said it was on sale.
That phrase, "but the sign said," is your absolute best friend here. It moves all the responsibility to a piece of paper in the aisle. You're not arguing with the cashier, you're just repeating what the sign said. You are an innocent messenger.
So true. You and the cashier are teaming up to figure out why the sign and the computer disagree. It changes the dynamic from a conflict into a collaboration. What happens next? The manager looks at the computer, realizes the mistake, and uses some specific vocabulary. They said, "I'll void this original charge."
To void, V-O-I-D. This is a great professional word to know. In a supermarket or a retail store, to void a charge means to cancel it completely. It is like erasing the mistake from the computer's memory. If they scan an item by accident, they will say, "Hold on, let me void that."
So they void the error and then they issue a refund. To issue a refund is the beautiful moment when they give you your money back. We use the verb issue here, which means to officially give or supply something.
Let us talk about pronunciation again really quickly. The word refund can be a noun or a verb, and the stress changes depending on how you use it. When it is a noun, the stress is on the first syllable, a refund. I would like a refund.
But when it is a verb, the stress moves to the second syllable, refund. We will refund your money. In the supermarket, you will mostly hear it used as a noun. I need a refund.
They might hand you cash for your refund, or they might put the money back onto your credit card. The manager in our dialogue asked, "Do you have the credit card you used to pay?"
This is a very important practical tip to remember. Always bring the exact same credit card to the customer service desk. Do not bring a different card, and do not expect them to just hand you cash if you paid with a card. The computer system usually needs to swipe or tap the original card to return your money securely to your bank account.
Let us review the entire three-step script one more time so our listeners feel completely prepared for their next shopping trip.
First, you approach the customer service desk with a polite question. "Excuse me, could you check the price on this for me?"
Second, you state the problem using the passive voice to avoid any blame. "I think I was overcharged. It rang up as $8, but the sign said it was on sale."
And third, you present your receipt and your original payment method so they can void the error and issue a refund.
That's it. Just 3 simple steps to protect your money and practice your English at the exact same time.
When you break it down like that, it doesn't feel scary at all. It actually feels like a fun challenge. You know, I almost hope I get overcharged next time I go shopping just so I can use this exact script. It feels like a secret weapon.
I wouldn't go that far. I still want to save time and get home, but it definitely feels amazing to stand up for yourself in a second language. There's a huge sense of empowerment when you handle a real-world problem independently, without asking a native speaker friend to translate or do it for you.
Absolutely. You realize that you have the vocabulary, you have the cultural understanding, and you have the right tone of voice to fix things. You are no longer just surviving in an English-speaking country, you're actually living and managing your life. You are taking control.
Let us do one more quick viewer activation before we finish. I want you to practice defending your wallet. I'm going to pretend to be the cashier. I'm going to hand you a receipt, and I want you, the listener, to tell me there's a mistake using our passive voice phrase. Ready? Here's your receipt. Have a great day.
Now you say it out loud. I think I was overcharged for this.
Excellent. Let us try one more. I'm the cashier again. Here's your change. Thank you for shopping with us.
Now your turn to tell me about the sale. I think the discount was not applied.
Perfect. Keep practicing those phrases until they feel completely natural and relaxed. Muscle memory is your best tool for overcoming speaking anxiety.
Now that you have this vocabulary, you never have to walk away from a mistake again. You know how items ring up, how to ask for a refund, and how to use the passive voice to keep the conversation friendly.
Exactly. So here's your real-world challenge for this week. Keep your next grocery receipt. Sit down with a dictionary and translate every single line item and tax charge. Once you understand how your local store prints their receipts, you'll spot errors instantly.
We would love to hear your stories too. Have you ever noticed a mistake on a receipt? Tell us what happened in the comments using the phrase, I was overcharged for example, I was overcharged for apples, or I was overcharged for milk.
Thank you so much for practicing with us today. Be confident at the store, and we'll see you in the next episode.